Good evening, everyone. Can you listen to me? Okay, let's say hello to, let's see who is with us this night. It's Kathy. Hello, Kathy. How are you? Angelica and Norma. Okay, at the very beginning, I need you guys open the microphone. So, Angelica and Norma, could you please unmute your microphone because it is mute. It is canceled. So we need to open your microphones, please. Angelica, can you listen to me? Okay, perfect. Okay, we have Angelica, we have Mari, and we have Norma. So let's get started this night, okay? So could you please open your microphone? Angelica, can you listen to me?
Yeah, I can listen to you.
Perfect. Okay, let's see Norma. Norma, can you listen to me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Good. And finally, Mari, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Good. So let's get started with this session. So my first question is this your first time here? Is this the first class you take in this course?
No, it's the second one.
Okay, you have been working with a different teacher, maybe Maggie, right?
Yeah.
Okay, good. And is that the case of all of you?
Excuse me, could you say again?
Okay, Mari, you have been working with Maggie, right? You told me that.
Yes.
What about you, Angelica? Is this your first time?
Yes, it's my first time in the class.
Okay, good. And what about you, Norma? Is this your first time?
No, it's not second.
Okay, so you have been working with Maggie.
Yes, with Maggie.
Okay, good. So my name is Rosie, and I have been working here in CEPA for many, many years. And well, this is my classroom. Welcome to my classroom. In this case, we are going to be talking about a very interesting topic. Our topic today is festivals around the world. So let's start. Whenever we start with a class, what we do here is to practice with a tongue twister. Do you know what a tongue twister is?
Yeah, it's trabalenguas in Spanish.
That is the word we use in Spanish, like trabalengua. And
Yeah.
well, in English, we have many of them. Many are very, very similar to the ones you have in Spanish. But in English, we have tongue twisters to practice language. And actually, we use them since we are very, very young. When a kid is in school, the kids, for example, the kids in America, they practice with tongue twisters, and they learn phonics with tongue twisters, and then learn how to pronounce those words that are difficult with tongue twisters. So today we are gonna practice with this one. This tongue twister is called a flea and a fly. So I'm going to read it. I'm going to like model the pronunciation, and then it's going to be your turn. Okay?
Okay.
Yes. Okay. Perfect. So here I go. Okay. A flea and a fly flew up in a flute. Said the flea, "Let us fly." Said the fly, "Let us flee." So they flew through a flaw in the flute. This is not that difficult, but it's time to listen to Norma. Norma, are you ready?
Okay.
Okay, let's listen.
A flea and a fly flew up in a flue. Say the flea, let's all fly. Say the fly, let's all flee. So they flew, throw a flower in the flue.
Okay, very good. That was a very nice try. So what about you, Maddie? Your turn. Ready?
Yeah, let me try.
Yes.
Flee in a fly, flew up in a flu, said the flu. I don't know how to say that word.
Flea.
Flea. How?
Flea.
Flea.
Just like
Okay.
that. Flea.
I try again.
Yes.
A flea in a fly, and that one, Flew.
Uh, a flea and a fly. Flew.
Flew. Okay,
Oh,
thank you.
yes.
Let me try again. Sorry.
Don't worry.
A flea in a fly, flew up in a flu, said the flea, let us fly, said the fly, let us fell, feel, feel.
Let us. Uh-huh.
So
Let us
they
fly.
flew
Let us
through
flee.
a fly in a the flu. Oh, I'm not sure.
Just, you just try. Don't worry.
Okay.
Okay. Do you want to try one more time, or it's okay like that?
Uh, could you say me again? The second word is flea. Yeah,
Okay.
I'm right.
I'm gonna say it again. Okay.
Okay, please.
A flea and a fly flew up in a flue. Said the flea, "Let us fly." Said the fly, "Let us flee." So they flew through a flaw in the flue.
Okay. I flee in a fly, flew up in a flu. Said the flea, let us fly. Said the fly, let us feel. So they flew through a flaw in the flu.
Much better. Very good.
Thank you.
Okay. Who's next? Angelica?
Yeah.
Okay.
A flea and a fly flew in a flue. Say the flea, let us fly. Said the fly, let us flee. So they flew through a flaw in the flue.
Okay. That was a very good try too. Okay. Now let's say hello to Kathy. Hello, Kathy. Can you listen to us? Kathy has no microphone. Okay, I think she's using a cell phone. So let's continue. Okay, what I want you guys to check or to notice in this tongue twister is that it has very particular words. So I'm going to write a little bit here. Here I'm going to look for a star. Here is it. Okay, we have this flea, but we also have this flea. Okay, and we have this fly right here, and we also have this fly. But you may say, well, it's the same word, but it's not. We have this law. Let me flu this. We have this flu, and we have this flu. So this has to do with homophone and with those particular words that sound the same. And we have many examples in the English language, but this is one of the aspects that makes English or make English a little bit difficult for the ones who speak Spanish as a mother tongue. In English language, we have words that are written the same, but depending on the context or depending on the sentence, the word is going to have a different meaning. For example, in the first line, you have the word fly, but in that first line, it's a noun, and that noun is an insect, fly. Do you know what fly is? The insect? Yeah? Do we identify fly?
Yes.
Okay, so
Yes.
and it's an insect. This one, this how do we say in Spanish? Mosca. A fly is, in Spanish, we say mosca. But in the second fly, in the one in the third line, it says, let us fly. That one is a verb. And they are written the same. I mean, the spelling is the same, F-L-Y. But in the first case, it's a noun. And in the second case, it's a verb. And depending on the sentence and depending on the context, words have different meanings. The other ones are homophones, like flea, which is another insect, and flee, which is a synonym of escape. This flee, let us flee. This one means escape. We may say huir, huir, like huir. But when we say flee, this one, the first one, this flee is an insect too. So we have again a noun and a verb. And we have many, many examples like that. So tongue twisters and different exercise help us to improve that. Sorry. So now I'm going to say it faster. We will try one more time, and that's it. We pass to the next section, okay? So I'm going to say it as fast as I can. So, a flea and a fly flew up in a flue. Said the flea, let us fly. Said the fly, let us flee. So they flew through a flow in the flue. So I want to listen. How fast can you say it? So Norma, it's your turn. Ready?
Ready.
Okay, 1, 2, 3,
A flea and
go.
a fly flew up in a flue. A flea and a fly flew in a flue. Say the flea, let us fly. Say the fly, let us flee. So they flew through a flower in the flue.
Yay, very good. Okay, Mari, are you ready?
Ready.
1, 2, 3, go.
A flea and a fly flew up in a flue. Said the flea, let us fly. Say the fly, let us flee. So they flew through a flower in the flue.
Good. So, Kathy, are you there? Oh, Patty. Oh, you have microphone now, Patty. Can you say something to see if we can listen to you? Okay, Patty, we need to try. Okay. So, Angelica, you there? Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, one more try, as fast as you can. Okay, 1, 2, 3, go.
A flea and a fly flew up in a flue. Say the flea, let us fly. Say the fly, let us free. So they flew through a flow in the flue.
Good. You see, it's not that difficult. So it's a very good idea to practice with tongue twisters. It seems like
Yeah.
a little bit I don't know. You might think that it's not like appropriate to adults, but it helps and it helps a lot. So let's start with our topic. So every time we have a class here, we open our topic with a video. It's a short video. So let's watch it. Oh, the weather outside is frightful, but the fire is so delightful. And since we've no place to go, Okay, that was the video for this week. So, questions. What can we see in that video? I mean, what that did we or what we could see in the video? So, who goes first? Let me see. Mari, can you tell us what could you see in this video?
Yes, okay. The video show us the names of the traditions or holidays in different countries, in different cultures, and how they celebrate, how they dress on, how is the costume when they are celebrate those holidays. Someone are religious, and other ones are more mm, not always religion, like Halloween or the Day of the Dead, but are part of the culture in the different countries. We can see people dancing, people with their faces painted,
Mm-hmm.
and they are doing I don't know how to say ofrendas in most of that day, that celebration,
Mm-hmm.
and how the people in different countries around the world express their traditions and try to continues in nowadays that basis of their um, past and continues in this century.
Okay, good. So, what about you, Veronica? What could you see in the video? Mari said that we can see traditions and ceremonies all around the world. What can you say about this video?
Okay, okay. Can you hear me?
Yes, perfectly.
Okay, that's okay. Okay. I can see only the end of the video,
Uh-huh.
but I can see that it's a video about tradition for dancing, and maybe a dancing from a country. I don't know exactly what country, but I can see a woman dancing, and that woman wear a traditional dresses, and also that woman wear a special something like cat. I don't know how do you say the thing that that woman wearing in her head,
Okay,
and that's it.
that's it. Okay, yes, well, we are talking about celebrations and festivals around the world. So that is pretty much what you could see in the video. Now we were watching moments in different parts of the world. So Norma, anything else you want to add?
Yes, I see too many celebrations in many countries. I remember um, in United States the Christmas, in Ireland the St. Patrick's Day, in Mexico Day of the Dead. Different, different. And I remember very different this day. Not like that, but
You
I
remember.
see in India, a celebration with the kids and the people on the street with colors, maybe water in color, and in Brazil, the Samba Festival, and in religion too, in Hanukkah, the family turn on candles in the menorah.
The Jewish family, no?
It's similar to the family in African family. Turn on the candles in another celebration.
It's something with K, not
I
Kuala.
don't remember that.
Yes, it's a very special celebration, but it has to do with their religion and their beliefness. Well, yes, and that is I think that is a very interesting topic because here in Mexico we have many celebrations. But before we talk about our beautiful Mexican celebration, I want to ask you, what can you see in the screen? Can you identify the characters in the screen? So who can identify them? For example, Maddie, do you know who they are?
Yes, they are characters about the movies of I forget the name, Star Wars. Is
Star Wars.
Review and Darth Vader and I don't R32.
Chitty too. Well, those are the ones I remember because I don't know you guys, but I'm 40 years old, and the only ones that had watched are the ones that were created like 20 years ago, and but now we have episode 5, episode 6, episode 7, 9, and I don't know how many episodes. But here, yes, those are Star Wars characters. But the idea of this celebration, it's not a Star Wars movie. It's a different one. Does anybody know what is this celebration? Do you know which one is it, Veronica? Have you heard? No?
No, I don't know.
And what about you, Norma or Mari? You don't know it?
I think it's something about snow because the picture said that, and because the characters or the structure could looks like snow, made it with snow. So I think it's for that. And I said again because the picture said it.
Exactly.
Sparrow Snow Festival in Japan.
Yes, that's true. Sapporo is a region in Japan. And exactly, this is the Snow Festival, and it's celebrated in February. So they have a very cold winter, but the coldest month is February. So they have this festival that lasts for 7 days. So during those 7 days, they are making these beautiful sculptures made on snow. So this is one example, and it's about the Star Wars. But actually, there they have like many topics and many different sculptures, and this brings people from every part of the world. I think that as we live in the in the opposite part of the world, well, we don't know that much about this festival, but it's very famous in Japan. So they have these sculptures, they have music, they have food, you know. Well, in Mexico, I don't know if I don't know for sure if we have festivals like this one. Obviously, not with snow, but maybe with sand in the beach. I don't know. Do you know if we have one festival like this one? Does anybody know?
No, I don't know.
No, I haven't heard about this. Obviously not with snow because in Mexico, well, we don't have snow, but maybe with sand in a beach. I don't know. It could be, no? But now it's our turn to talk about this one. So, what is being celebrated at this festival? Mari, what is being celebrated here?
Oh, that's a Mexican celebration. It's the Day of the Dad. That and is when Mexicans make I don't know how to say ofrendas or altares for their family who is not here with us, and we put food or things that our families love it or enjoy them, and we make a time for share with that relatives or family or friends, and it's a special celebration because the Mexicans uh, love with the death. We not it's not all tragedy or sadness is part of the life, and we receive receive it like that part of the life, and we try to remember always that relatives or friends, and it's a kind of fun too because like in the picture the people painted their faces, uh, and it's cool. I like it. When I was in the school, I like to make that. That's fun.
Okay. Well, where do you live, Mari?
In San Luis Potosí,
Okay,
Mexico.
because you know, what I have seen is that in Mexico, it depends on the place or on the state you are. This
Uh-huh.
tradition has its differences. No, what do you think, Vero? What can you say about this festival, this Mexican festival?
Okay, well, that festival it celebrates in Mexico in November, the first and the second date at the beginning of the month,
Mhm.
and Mexican celebrate that day. Uh, bueno, families made a special table with things that her relatives or that their relatives and friends died, and put the thing that they liked, um, uh, uh, all other activities that people done is go to the pantheon. I don't remember how do you say in English.
Cemetery.
But cemetery. Okay, people go to the cemetery in order to stay in that place all the night. They are eating and listen music that her relatives like it. And also there are some parts of the Mexico when they celebrate or special celebrated like in Michoacán. When in the lake called Pascuaro, they celebrate with a special dancing or with a special singing about that day.
Oh yeah.
That's all. That's all.
You know, when you live outside or when you live abroad, when you don't live in Mexico, I mean, whenever you heard about this festival, what you heard is about that specific place, Michoacán, and that lake. So that is like the image that is shown outside from Mexico. We think the people who live, well, people who live outside Mexico, what we think about that festival, it has to do with a very mystical idea, of the dead, because you can see the cemeteries and you can see the candles in the graveyards and the flowers and everybody is like in costumes, but not I mean, they're not costumes, they're like typical suits, and they have a very defined tradition there. So it's very interesting to us now, or to people who have been living outside or who was born outside the country, to the foreign people. Well, what do you think, Norma? What is being celebrated here in this festival? Norma, are you there?
Yes.
Okay, you're missing, right? What do you think? What do you think about this, or how do you live this festival?
Okay, I live the day after that here in north of the country. I was born in Montreal, Florida, but I live now in Guadalupe, Nuevo León. Here in north, Day of the Dead is family. Make an altar like stairs, 3, 4, or 7 stairs, and we put on candles, flowers, the picture of your family, maybe grandma or other relatives, and make food. Mexican food is very important. Chocolate, tamales, pozole, and it's a big meeting. It's like a party, and pray all together. Also in the schools, participate all day in this party. And yes, in schools, you can go with costumes or painting faces, but in family, no. And if you stay in the city, you can go at the cemetery and
And you can have
and
and
get those food like the altar, but in the cemetery.
okay. I think we have some problems with your connection. Maybe it's about the internet. But don't worry, we could hear the important things.
Yes,
Okay,
I
so
hear.
yes, tell me. It's your connection, right? I think it is. Okay, don't worry. Let's try to connect.
Yes, I hear distortions or something.
That is how we listen your voice. I mean, with some kind of interference. But let's continue. So if you can listen to me, it's enough with that. Okay. So in the video we saw these images. This is Nepal. Well, they celebrate this in many places, and it's the color festival, and it's the most colorful festival around the world. But what do you think it is? What do you think they are celebrating? Why with colors? Why with this like joyful attitude? What do you think it is? Do you know it, Veronica?
No, I don't know with that, but I imagine that that festival can be celebrate happiness uh, because there are a lot of colors. For me, can be a celebrate a happiness, something like that.
Could be. No, it's like, well, you have like that impression when you watch the videos and when you see the pictures. It's like they are celebrating happiness. Well, yes, that is a very good idea. And what do you think, Mari? What are they celebrating?
I don't know. I'm not sure. I think just it's a festival, a party, something like that, when the people is celebrate the life, or I don't know. It's so colorful and looks funny, but I don't have idea about what is it.
So can be life, can be joy, happiness, and what else? Who's missing? What else, Norma? What else do you think it is?
It looks like a party. The people stay in the streets and have fun with colors and green, yellow, purple, pink, and some ones have I don't know what it is, but in his head, maybe a camera in his head, and glasses. I think to cover his or her eyes.
It looks like I don't know, like a paint. No, it doesn't look like a picture. It looks like a paint. But this is the description of the festival. So it's Holi. That's the name, Holi, the festival of colors. And this is celebrated in India, Nepal, Pakistan, and many other places around the world. And what they celebrate is the beginning of the spring. So it has to do with joy, with happiness, with colors, no? But it has a very specific reason or story. They celebrate a victory of Holi, which is a god that well, a traditional and ancient Hindu god, no? So we acquired, or the people acquired this celebration, and they adopted to celebrate the arrival of the spring. So here in Mexico, once I saw a holy festival in Mexico City, and there are places that are celebrating this or celebrating the beginning of the spring with this festival. Have you heard about this? I mean, you know that this festival exists, Vero?
In Mexico?
Have you seen something like that?
No, no exactly. Maybe the more closer festival, closer festival can be the festival with alebrijes. Maybe only for the color, because alebrijes have colors. Maybe that kind of festival.
Alebrijes. Those ones are these like figures, like fantasy animals. I don't know
Exactly.
how to describe it.
Exactly.
Are these big figures that have many colors and they're like animals, you know, like dragons and a mixture of many animals, right? Those are alebrijes. Yes, I have seen those ones too.
Exactly.
Okay, so Mari and Norma, have you seen something like this in Mexico or in the place you live?
No, I'm not.
No,
No,
never?
something like that.
Me either. I never see something like that. No.
Oh,
no,
no.
it's the first time.
The first time. So, Mari, you told me that you live in where do you live, Mari? You told me already, right?
In San Luis Potosí.
In San Luis
Potosí.
And you, Vero? Where do you live?
In Mexico City.
Okay. And Norma, where do you live?
I live in Guadalupe, Nuevo León.
Wow. So we have like the center, the north, and the east. Could be, no, in San Luis. Okay, so we have like a very nice point of view of everything. So here is, I don't want to stop here because this is a very local festival in the United States. So this is a musical festival, and it's celebrated in a place that is Coachella Valley, and it's in California. So there they have this musical fest that is celebrated every year. So they have music, of course. They have concerts. They have well, they have exhibitions, food, lots of food, and all this is about 6 days in the spring. So it's April, May, the end of April and the beginning of May. Those are that is like the season of this festival. But I choose this one because it reminds me to this one that was celebrated like many years ago in the 60s in Woodstock. This is like a very soft echo of that. So, but my question is there any festival like this, a music festival in the place you live? Vero, is there any festival like this there here in Mexico City?
Maybe can be in Mexico City. There are I don't know if there are the same, but there are a Vive Latino, which there are music And there are other festivals called, I forgot the name in that moment. That festival is next month in Mexico City, Corona Capital, when also there are a music. Maybe that festival are closed. That happened in ballet.
Oh,
I only know that festival or that kind of festival in Mexico that maybe it's closer.
but it's
That
similar to
that
this one.
similar, yes.
Mhm. And what about in San Luis or in Nuevo León? Do you guys have music festivals there? I don't know, Norma. Is there in the
Yes,
place
we
you
have.
live? No.
Yes, in Monterrey. We have now the start in the last weekend, the Festival Santa Lucia. It's not only music festival, but it's about culture, classic music, dance, and museums have special exhibitions. It is about art.
Oh, yes, you're right, because you live in Nuevo León, right? There in Nuevo León, they have
Yes,
this festival, Saint Lucia. And this festival has
yes, I
a
see.
very creepy story. Do you know the story about this celebration?
Yes, but it's all about art, painting, dancing, music, special exhibition in museum.
Well,
Every weekend have a concert, different concert, but this is a special festival.
What I know is that there in Monterrey we have well they have or you guys have this festival that is called Saint Lucia or in Spanish Santa Lucia. So what I know about this festival, which is very famous and in European countries, it has a very creepy story because it has to do with witches, no? And with a girl that was killed and things like that. I am going to read a little bit more about that, the beginning of that tradition, but it has to do with the celebration of the innocent. And yes, it has to do with religion. And then the people was changing it, and now it's an art fest with paintings, music, and exhibition,
Yes,
and those things. And it's not that famous, but it seems a little bit here, a little bit funny to me that we can find that fest in a specific place in Monterrey, Mexico. So
because
all around,
here,
yes.
yes, here in the north, the history said we used to be, or people are right here from the Europe. Maybe it's the reason.
Okay. Well, it's a little bit difficult to understand because there is a lot of interference. But
Me too. Yes, I don't understand very well because I don't know. There are a problem with the listening.
The
yeah,
microphone. Maybe it's the microphone.
yeah, it's the
Maybe.
microphone.
Okay.
Mhm.
Me too. I hear like a problem with the microphone, and I try to speak
Slow.
more high.
Yeah, I noticed that. Yes. Well, I think that
Okay,
I think that can be fixed if you use a cell phone. It will be easier with a cell phone. If you have a cell phone, it's much easier. So it's not gonna be. I mean, it hasn't be
it's
a
not
computer.
cell phone, it's a laptop.
You're using a laptop. So if you have a cell phone, it's better if you use the cell phone. It's more practical.
Yeah, I agree with you. I
Okay.
using my cell phone and it's okay.
And we can listen very well with a very good
Okay.
volume. So if you have a cell phone, you just download
Yes, I have.
the Zoom application in the App Store or in the Google Play. Zoom application, and
Yes.
you put the classroom ID, and you can be here very fast.
Yes,
So,
the last class I have my cell phone, but now I think try to laptop. I don't know.
Well, sometimes
Next time I use the cell phone every time.
it's better, yes, because sometimes laptops, for example, mine, I'm trying to fix it because I cannot turn on the camera. So I would like to be there in a little image at the top of your screen, but I couldn't do it. So I don't know what is happening with my camera. I'm gonna fix it, no? But it's a laptop and it has issues, so I think it's very common, no? When they got old as humans, no, they start like having issues just like us, no? So this this is this was the session about celebrations around the world. We currently have different topics. This week I have chosen this one. I think it's interesting, but I'm gonna try to find more different topics for you guys, because what we are looking for is to have you speaking and listening very accents. For example, my accent is a little bit different comparing to Maggie, for example, and to Larissa. So it's good for you guys to go to the three classrooms. If you have the opportunity to go to the other classes, it will be nice, because you're going to be learning from different accents. So this is very important when you are learning a language, because sometimes you can read it, you can write it, no? You can understand some specific accents, but when you go abroad and when you talk with a native speaker, it's a little bit difficult, because native speakers speak faster. No, we have like a very natural way of talking, no, because it's a mother tongue. So we speak faster. We have a different pace. We have a different speed, no, and it's good if you are practicing with the three of us. So I think we are gonna stop here, and I wanted to thank you to be here with me, and I hope to see you soon, guys. Thank you very much for being here in my classroom, and practice tongue twisters, because if you come back, we are gonna be practicing with a new tongue twister. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, Vero. Thank you, Mari. Thank you, Mama.
Thank you, teacher.
Okay.
Thank you.
Good
Good night.
if you want to come back. Okay. Thank you so much. Have a very good night.
Thank you. Good night.
Let's get rest.
Have a great
Okay. Let's rest. Bye bye.
Bye bye.
See you.
See you. Bye.